there, my flock, the Badraven here. And today I'm doing a review of another movie I watched on that double feature at my local drive-in that I said I watched Talk to Me with. That was The Nun 2. You know, by the Badraven channel, I'm not a big fan of demon possession movies, so it took me a while to make myself review this movie, because Talk to Me was demon possession, now you got this one demon possession, so I've got like two demon possessions back to back. Bear with me here on that. This is not exactly my genre that I love. But since I watched the movie, I am going to do a review of it. Let me set the stage for you. This is the synopsis. It's in 1956 France. A priest is murdered. An evil is spreading, following Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun. It's a follow-up to the gothic horror about a strong evil that haunts and causes supernatural harm to everybody it comes in contact with. After the events of the first film, the said powerful evil now begins to spread in 1956 throughout a town in France as word gets out that a priest has been violently murdered. Sister Irene from the first movie begins to investigate the murder, only to find out a demon's behind it. The same evil that terrorized her in the original film as a nun, Valak, whom she once again soon comes into encounter. The Nun 2 to me is a middle-of-the-road horror sequel. My feeling about it are decidedly mixed. While it's not a complete disaster, it falls short of the high expectations set by the other Conjuring movies and many other entries in that horror genre, which I'm not a big fan. I must confess, I never watched the first Nun movies. I don't have any reference point to go by. That being said, one of the film's notable shortcomings is its predictability. It relies heavily on familiar horror tropes and jump scares, making it feel somewhat formulaic, which most of these Conjuring movies are jump scares. At times it seems like the filmmakers are checking off a list of must-haves for a horror film, without bringing much innovation to the table. The performances, even though they're good or not great in The Nun 2, are serviceable but not particularly memorable. Thais Farmiga as Sister Irene does her best with the material given, but the character lacks the depth and development that would have made her more engaging throughout the movie. Bonnie Aarons, reprising the roles as Valak, the demon, of course, the demon nun, still manages to be a formidable presence, but her novelty of the character has worn off a bit since the first film. The pacing of the movie is uneven, with the moments of tension and excitement with slower, less engaging scenes. This imbalance detracts from their overall viewing experience, or at least it did me, preventing the film from building a sustained sense of dread. While the film attempts to expand the lore of the Conjuring universe, it does so in a way that feels forced and doesn't add much to the overarching narrative. It introduces new elements and backstories, but they fail to fully captivate or enrich the story world as a whole. On a positive note, the cinematography and the set designs are well executed. The creepy monastery setting provides a suitable eerie atmosphere, and some of the visual effects are genuinely unsettling. Those aspects of this film do contribute to this overall ambience. In my closing thoughts, The Nun 2 is a middling horror sequel that doesn't quite live up to its potential, which most sequels don't. It has its moments of fright and some visually appealing elements, but it ultimately falls short in terms of storytelling and character development. If you're a die-hard fan of the Conjuring universe, you might find some enjoyment in it. But for most viewers, it's likely to be a forgettable entry in the horror genre. So I just have to say, for my rating, I would give it just wait for streaming. Because I don't think you'll actually lose anything in the translation from the theater to the small screen. It works well. I watched, like I said, in the drive-in. I wish I'd watched it in a theater, because there's a lot of dark scenes, and dark scenes don't look great on a drive-in theater screen. So that may have tarnished some of my like for it. But still, I can only give it a just wait for streaming. Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you all for watching these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please share this on social media. Check out the TeePublic store too. Always remember the Badraven is your friend, and we appreciate you here on the Badraven channel. And we're going to let you go, and we'll talk at you later, and goodbye.